talking about the Victorian Railways, I started as a 15-year-old at the Geelong Loco, went to Melbourne, had a medical, and came back and started on the 24th of the 9th, 1951. And at that time it was all steam engines there. We had all the old steam engines, no diesels. The early days, it was marvellous. When we used to have a meal, we used to carry a Shanghai with us, and you'd see a rabbit round the track, and you'd have this. We had plenty of ammunition. We had all the coal on the engine, you know, like you pick up a bit of coal and you have a shot, and you'd hit a rabbit. You'd skin him and put him up on the injector of the engine, and in a bit of. We never had tinfoil those days. It would have been lovely to have a bit of tinfoil, but we had wax paper, and we'd wrap it in wax paper, stick it up there, and it cooked for about 2 or 3 hours, and in its own fat, and it was absolutely beautiful. The toughest steak had cooked like that, and we always did that. But yeah, going through the tunnel, you'd set back to A box with a single load. If you only had a single load, 500 tonne or less, and you'd have a run at the signal. The signalman would give you the necessary signals, and you'd get up full speed. By the time you got to the mouth of the tunnel, you'd be full speed, and you'd go through there, and by the time you got to the other end of the tunnel, normally you'd only be doing 2 or 3 mile an hour. You know, like that you'd slow right down because of the uphill, and you had to steam against it. You can't put a fire on in there because you can't get steam because it's smoke. You've got to keep it as clear as you can. Anyway, we were going through there this particular day, and we got halfway up the tunnel and it primed. And when an engine primes, the water carries over into the valves and pistons, and it spews all the water up the funnel and all over the place. And then, of course, it blocks your smoke box and your grid, and you come to a stand. Immediately you're in a tunnel. You've got 4 inches between the top of the tunnel and the top of the funnel, so you know what all that smoke and steam coming back at you, and you had to get out of there as quick as you can. So you rewind your reverser as quickly as you can, open the regulator, and get out as fast as you can. Well, we did that, and it was like you'd be laying on the floor of the engine trying to get under the heat. You'd be under a tap you'd have a tap on the tender with the water running, and you'd be washing it over your face to cool yourself down. In the country places like Lismore, Cressy, all those places, there'd be 2 or 3 gangers at each station. So there were the families at all those stations. There's nothing there now. But it was lovely to get there, and you'd take the papers down there, even to take the old papers down and throw them out at them. And we had one driver, a bit of a character. He used to tie a bit of string around a newspaper, and he'd hold it up and say, "Oh yeah, good on you." He'd throw it out, and as soon as the fella went to pick it up, he'd reel it in with a bit of string, you know, like a bit of rope. But he used to put his fist up. We used to have a bit of fun with him like that.